We're on to citizens' opportunity to address the City Council.
Okay, I have 6 cards. The first is Ms. Darcy Katie.
Good evening, City Council members and Dr. Mayor Ali. So tonight, Peoria for Palestine has returned to ask that the Council take the proposed ceasefire resolution that you received last week in the red folders to a vote at the following meeting. This would be September 24th. Our grassroots coalition has worked diligently over the course of the last 11 months with the goal to provide accurate and accessible information to the general public by hosting educational events, such as the one held at ICC, featuring a talk with doctors whom had worked in Gaza post-October 2023. We have also focused on creating unity within the local community by participating in cross-cultural celebrations such as the Peoria St. Patrick's Day Parade to give thanks and celebrate Ireland for recognizing the state of Palestine and for their continued support of recognizing the Palestinian people's right to exist. With our final action being to raise awareness of the plight of Palestinians that are being exterminated in a genocide, with the goal being to pass a ceasefire resolution locally here in Peoria. Peoria for Palestine has done this by creating a meaningful and impactful presence online via social media across multiple platforms, as well as hosting rallies and forming strong connections and relationships with local organizations and nonprofits. Lastly, consistently coming to City Council meetings to advocate for this cause. I know most of you on the Council at this time are in support of a ceasefire resolution, and that you have arrived at this conclusion after a great deal of personal research, along with review of the information our coalition and others have provided to you, along with deep consideration for the impact it will have on the community in which you all so deeply care for. However, for the few Council members that are still unsure, let me provide some clarity and examples of how the Council already supports the principles within the proposed ceasefire resolution. Currently, the City of Peoria has a Historic Preservation Commission with the goal to be, quote, make sure that historical districts or local landmarks, having special historical, architectural, aesthetic, or community significance be preserved, enhanced, and continued in or restored to use to preserve the city's character and heritage, end quote. And yet, we, the citizens of Peoria, are currently funding the destruction and damage of hundreds of culturally or historically significant buildings, libraries, and museums, alongside the destruction of Palestinians' cultural heritage. This includes St. Hilarion Monastery, the remains of which have spanned more than 400 years and have been characterized by 5 successive churches, which has sustained significant damage since the latest onset of attacks beginning in October 2023, along with the oldest mosque in Gaza, the Great Omari Mosque, that was completely destroyed by an airstrike in December 2023. And at the previous City Council meeting, we witnessed what I can only describe as a bit of a paradoxical scene playing out as our mayor, Rita Ali, presented Chief Craig Harper of the Peoria Tribe of Indians of Oklahoma a key to the city. Mayor Ali would graciously go on to speak of how the tribe was forced out of Illinois and how it reflected the painful history of Native Americans in this nation. I supported the mayor and the City Council publicly then, and I stand by that by honoring the original inhabitants of this land and the indigenous people of the Peoria tribe. However, it's not lost on me that while our mayor and council members are delighted to give a heartfelt welcome and honor and support the indigenous community that was forcibly displaced, removed, and exterminated from the very land that this building sits on, they feel that passing a ceasefire resolution at this current time that stops the forced displacement, removal, and extermination of an indigenous community is simply a step too far. The hypocrisy within this council on that particular decision is glaring. The citizens of Peoria are not asking you to stand for anything that you do not already openly support. Instead, we are asking you to be empowered and walk within your truth and to stand behind your guiding principles with complete conviction. Have some courage to stand up for what you already stand for. Ceasefire now, and thank you.